All right. I'm here. I'm live. We're doing things. Hey everybody, welcome in. Thank you for coming to listen to me cough. I'm gonna do my best to mute every time. Sorry about my voice, it's also kind of out of whack. Wait, am I loud? I'm not loud. What? Do I have a voice changer on? Oop. Okay, so I think the problem is that I usually start the stream with the music turned up to like my speaking level, so you guys are like dialed into that. And then when I start the stream, I turn the music down and my voice is then back to the level. Sorry. Is it 4%? What? You have your volume turned down to 4% and it's too loud? I have on stream, I have like a meter, right, that goes up and shows me how loud it's at. Oob has, you've got some weird issues going on your end. Sounds very echoey. Do you have me in multiple places? Oh, speaking of that, speaking of multiple places, I should probably open up the YouTube chat. YouTube's is doing this new fun thing where it literally recommends like the same video to me that's completely irrelevant. Like I don't want to watch it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's there. Like 5, 6, 7 days in a row. It's just like the same video. And I'm just like, I don't even know what this is. I'm not watching it. Quit recommending it to me. Okay, now I have YouTube chat open, so if you're on YouTube, you can talk to me. You sound good to me. I'm at 50% speaker volume and you're fine. Okay, cool. Then I'm moving on. Yeah, my audio is about the same as it always is. Like I didn't really change anything. I did change. We are listening to our audio through Spotify now, but just local files. I learned how to do that today, so that was nice. Because I'm sick of the like Windows like movie player or like audio player, whatever thing. Whatever. Sorry, I'm gonna be clearing my throat a lot. It's that or just like coughing up a lung, so I guess either way is probably not great. Today we're working on the Rivari camp. I need to start saying it right. I don't know. Everywhere I have in here spelled differently. I have Rivari and Ravori, and I'm trying to like just consolidate them and just making it Rivari, so it's R-A-V-A-R-I, so that way I know it's all A's. And I don't keep mixing it back and forth because I don't know why I can't keep track of that. We're looking for okay, I gotta rename it everywhere. And I think we have an NPC. Yep. We're renaming it everywhere, and then we're making it consistent everywhere. Which has the weird audio. YouTube has no problem. What does this mean? I don't know. Is it everywhere on Twitch or just me? Try someone else's channel and see if it's coming out like that too. Let me refresh the page. Okay, fine. I'll do that then. Okay. We're setting up 2 guards here. I need to make 2 guards. I'm thinking we're only gonna have like 5, 6 NPCs in here. Just because I don't want to just keep making a ton of them. And we need names for them all. forgot my water over there. Okay, GPT just gave me 40 more names to work with. All right, so this is Browgor. Browgor is a Rivari guard. He has 1,000 health. He does 150 damage. His poise is 1,000. His faction is Hang on. I think we messed up our factions. I have a faction editor and I don't think I can rename the factions though. No. So the faction editor is going to be Rivari. This is really going to be frustrating. We really should have just like found an easier name. The stupid cough. There's no way to I didn't think about all these. There's so many places to rename them. The only big problem we're going to run into is there's a tag system, like a gameplay tag system, and that's where I'm going to have to remember it's spelled wrong, because I can't rename that one, I don't think. You know what, maybe I can. Maybe it's in project settings. One tab is muted? Oh. You hear me consulting the chat GPT overlords? Yeah. Okay, we're looking for tags. I thought there was like a tags section. Yeah, for tags. So there's a tag redirect. I think we can just make one. We go faction.group.rivari faction.group.rivari. I don't know if that like fixes it in this list or not, but my God. It's become one of those things like I don't notice as much because I just do it all the time. But now that I'm streaming, I'm going to start noticing. I'm going to like notice how many times I'm actually coughing. So I didn't actually change anything. Maybe I need to restart though for it to like redirect it. I guess it's not a big deal. I guess it's just there. We need to put... Sorry, I know we're like kind of bouncing around. I just forgot I was in the middle of doing this. I also just realized that I did this out of order. It's fine. What? Why? Why did I put that in the wrong place? I don't remember which one of these I need to use. Guess let's leave it on there. I guess it doesn't matter what I put this on. I just need to make sure these match. Oh no. No, that's not it. Okay, that should work now. Anyway, I just wanted to set that quest up because I was in the middle of doing that. We still need more parts to it, obviously, but it's just the first part. It's all done. All set up. Okay, back to Valgor. I have a guard. Oh yeah, I think I already gave them names. Okay, and then we're gonna give them no hair. I think most of Rivari are going to be bald. Starting to think that Reginald might secretly be the recruiter for the Thieves Guild. always skulking around, seems to have gotten plenty of money from somewhere, doesn't present as a suspicious character. Reginald. I don't know who that is. So I guess not. We're just giving these guys like the goblin outfits for now, but they're eventually going to switch them out. But I don't have any outfits for them right now. I truly don't think cough drops do anything. I'm on my third one in a row. You're supposed to do 3 in a row. And then you take another 3 as needed in 2 hours. Or I don't know. Hey, Looting, thanks so much for the sub. Appreciate it. And you said you were coursed from the Discord. Thanks for coming to the stream. Okay. Oh, it wants me to restart. That's probably what. For the reset thing, that's fine. We'll do it later. Oh. Did we decide to make them sun orc instead of moon elves? I thought they were moon elves. You can't be sun orcs and they'll have horns. They have to be moon elves, but why do we change their... I thought their head color was supposed to match their skin color. I thought we like... Yeah. Oh. It's working. Okay, so we have that guy. The problem is he needs to be a combatant. But he needs to stay persistent because we don't want him to die. He'll just get knocked out if you kill him. We're gonna make them a little stronger. A lot stronger. Also, what kind of weapons should we give them? We'll just give them the goblin weapons for now. We might switch those out later. That loud ad break. What's up, Phil? Clubs? Clubs is a good idea too. We don't have any clubs in the game. keep that in mind when I go to model new stuff for them. It sucks the ads are so loud compared to the stream. I guess that's just what they do, though. They do that on purpose. We'll do sequential, I guess. Okay. All right, now we grab, close this, we click here and duplicate Hernac. Now we have Hernac +1. No. Excuse me? Did it not duplicate like anything other than... Okay, I guess it did. We should give this some earrings. These guys seem like they would have earrings. Or like rings through their tusks, maybe? Their horns, what do you want to call them? The front horn piercing, yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, we have these two guards now. Great. Let's bring all their meshes in. Let's go. I don't know what I'm looking for. Props. Thanks for the follow. I'm not gonna say your name out loud. New folder. Rivari. I don't know if I actually export all these. Doesn't look like it. Not a problem. If we can get their whole camp or their whole settlement like decorated and set up. I think it's this one. Don't look at that. Who did that? What's this? Who knows what this is? That's weird. I don't know what that was. Great. We need to recolor a bunch of these. No. Hmm. They look like they go clubbing. They do look like they go clubbing. Hmm. There's a lot of material slots, but some of that probably should be changed to different colors too. should make more things this first color. Maybe this piece, maybe the... Okay, we'll do that. This first color, I think, is the first log. I feel like we need like a green or a blue in here. Maybe we change all the eyes to like a green. That's better. Sorry, that snuck up on me. Alright, I have it that pink. Looks pretty good. I don't know what happened to the tent. Oh yeah, we're definitely in the wrong level. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I guess we are. But keep in mind that the player character, is this size, because they're a lot larger. I don't know. What? Oh. That was a good catch. Glad I moved that. I don't know whether we have duplicates of that, but we do. Let's put one of these tents over here. They definitely needed a bigger area. We should have made a bigger area for them. We need a larger campfire for this. Jacob, I'm glad your 6-year-old loves the game. That's cool. When I was making this game, my daughter was about 6 when it launched. Yeah, she was 6 when it launched, and she loved it too. And then it launched, and she was like, then she discovered Roblox, and then she didn't like it anymore. It was like her 4th favorite game or something. But now it's like up there again. She likes it again. She's always trying to convince her friends to play with her, but her friends don't want to play it. Her friends are also into Roblox, which is unfortunate. Let's let's duplicate this campfire. Just call it bonfire. I wonder if this forest fire is bigger. Kind of. Aztec vibes? Sure. Dumb cough. Okay, let's make this bigger. Let's go like 40. 50. We need initial size to be like 4. 2. We need more. Let's do 10 of them. We need a little more velocity. Let's do like... Oh wait. Actually, that's probably fine. Getting closer. Let's give him a little more lifetime. Let's do 2 seconds, 1.2 seconds. Cool, and then we just need smoke. Ah, this dumb cough. That's way too much, so let's cut this down. It would be kind of cool if the smoke plumes were like bigger and you could see them from further, but like, I also don't think it matters that much. I think we'll leave it like that. Okay, good enough. This is gonna be a short stream. This is annoying. Why does it keep previewing this? Quit previewing things. When it previews, it doesn't let me click the first time. Hey, Jana. Probably didn't need to be that to be a different material. Oh yeah, we should probably do. There we go. Let's do actually. I don't want this line here. There we go. Sorry. I don't really know what these things signify or like why they would have these little guys laying around. Just decorations maybe. AoE heal totems worth targeting when trying to kill the mobs if you wanted them to be interactable. Shrubbery and cousins, the stumpers. They're not living. They're just carvings. They're really big into the spirit world, so I think these would be like carvings that would be like to represent like spirits that they like want in their favor, right? We need to make some destructible pots too. I wrote, oh my god, I wrote Rivari again. So I know they have more. I know we have more pot designs than these. Thanks, Red. Thanks for the blessings. I don't know if these are used anywhere. I don't know which ones are which. These are used somewhere, I think. Oh. I don't think I UV'd that one properly. Nope, don't open that. Nope, definitely did not. Oops, I am still on mute. Thank you. Thank you for saving me. This is why I didn't stream yesterday, because like it was like worse than this. Oh. Textures? Textures? Brain? Can you see textures somewhere? I know it's in here. There it is. Paintings? No. What is it under them? I thought we had like a pots category. But actually, now that I think about it, I don't even know if I have these anywhere other than in-game. Honestly, maybe we just make these like simple colors. Maybe these don't need to be complicated. Because now I'm like regretting this whole UV process because it's going to be a pain in the butt. Let's find where this one is. They're straight from the drive. Okay, let's export it then. My dog's over here coughing up something. You guys good? Go downstairs and get some breakfast. What? Did I not just put that file in here? What happened? Okay. It's getting really old. This is gonna look so dumb. This already looks bad. These are such pain. If I unfold it, yeah, like that's how it wants to be unfolded. These are gonna be flat colored pots. Oh, sorry YouTube, I've been missing you. Tea with honey, thanks Zach. Yeah, I'm still using Unreal 4. Can you tell me which version of Unreal you're using for your project? Yeah, it's UE4. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have to mute, I guess, but I just feel like that's polite. You just don't want to listen to me cough. This looks terrible, though. Like, we're gonna be sitting here, like, nudging these around forever, trying to, like, get them to look better. Man. Terrible. So yeah, I don't want to sit here and mess with these. So we're just gonna go with the flat color on these. It'll be fine. We'll just do like some faded colors or some like gradients. So back to the pots. Oh, we need to probably UV these in again though. They're not going to be UV correctly. They're not. I think this was one. Oh, that's how I did it. I put each face on top of each other so they all have the exact same texture. I still don't think that's gonna work for this design. Honestly, this design looks so much better when it's just UV'd like that though. I guess we could use that design if we wanted to. So these ones I did UV properly. Let's try them. Ah, wrong keys. I'm using my controls. Yeah, that looks fine. We can use like the feather look. And those ones look fine. And this one, not fine. I don't know. I think these pots look better with the textures. But they also might be a little bit too detailed because everything in here is so large. Oh, I guess they could also be larger though. To make all the pots in here like really big since they're Rivari pots. This game is made like 95% blueprints. There's barely any C++. Our C++ does things like we have a loading screen that's made in C++, which is honestly needs an overhaul real soon. We're using game playability system, which in UE4 requires a lot more C++ than it does in UE5, from what I understand. I haven't tried in UE5 yet though, but I've heard. And we're also using C++ to do just like expose a couple like Steam things. Like I just set up a function library for some custom Steam things, so we can do things like get the branch we have uploaded to on Steam, and we can get access to opening like a shop page and stuff, or a store page on Steam. That's it. Everything else is Blueprint. The whole game is made in Blueprint. And this is UE4. We can buy the stumpers if we are friendly. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Making like decorations. One of the tarps is used for a carving shop. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe this one, like they're right next to you. Right here. That could work. Do the Rivari fit in there? Yeah. We'll just put one guy in there. I've decided that this culture doesn't have, they don't have a chief. Like they don't have a leader. Everyone just kind of like votes for everything or whatever. I don't know how that works exactly, but they don't have one leader. Like all their decisions just kind of have to be unanimous. I think it's kind of fun, interesting. So there's not gonna be like one person you talk to for all these quests, I guess. But yeah, you should definitely be able to like get all their decorations and stuff. Let's just make this one white, I guess. I don't know. Okay, we need to make destructible meshes out of them, though. I need to remember how... All right. Then I need to go through our other destructible meshes, DM underscore... Not these ones. Debris timeout, use valid bounds. Okay, let's just drag this out and compare. Alright, 5. Timeout, use valid bounds. Enable debris. 1. Fracture effects, nothing. Materials. Interesting. No LOD settings. Okay, everything else is good. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. No, wrong button. No, come back. I think that was everything. Okay, we have breakable pots, kind of. We need to break. We need to actually like make them though. Let's just do. Where are these at? It's fine. And we can buy the stumpers. Oh wait, what if spirit wisps spawn a Delver's Pass at night and players can catch up via bug catching, or catch them via bug catching and trade them to the Rivari for special things like their totem spells. That'd be cool. I kind of like that. You're just looking for a way to get bug catching in the game for this update? Because that is on the list of things to do. I don't know if it counts as bug catching, but yeah, that would be cool. It would be nice if we could randomize these pots a little more. Like maybe on begin or event construct or whatever, we just build like a function that randomizes them. Need a Delver's Pass thing. What if we did? We should have made a child. That's okay. It's fine. Fine. Wait, hold on. I changed my mind. Go back. Thank you. Promote this to a variable. Let's do on begin play. If we have authority, let's make two variables. This is going to be possible meshes, and then another one for possible colors, materials. This is going to be material instance. Array, yep. And then this one's going to be, yes, destructive meshes. We're going to do random array item. And we're going to do set mesh. This might need to be because we have a destructible mesh. And we also have a collision mesh. They need to be the same. So we should probably have a struct. Or a map. Struct would be easier to work with. Farmlands has meteors and space portals. This Woods has corruption zones. Yeah. I think the zone will be unique in its own way because we also have other things going on that I don't know if I've told you about or not. It also is going to have a dungeon. But yeah, I think we'll find ways to make it unique. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, let's make a struct, I guess. I don't know. Okay, and we go in here and we say instead of possible meshes, we do what do I call it? What did I call it? Mesh to collision mesh, duh. Okay. And then random break. We need to promote this to a local variable. Well, a variable. Let's make a function for this actually. Oh, we can have a local variable for this. We'll do cached mesh combo. Sure, that's fine. And we break from that instead. And we need to do, oh, well, this is gonna be a problem. We need to load this though. I don't know how many we're gonna have. Sorry about the coughing. Forgot to mute. I don't know how many we're gonna have, so I don't know if I want to blocking load these. I guess we can just output these, I guess, and then call a load to actually set them. Let's do that. So at begin play, we'll just grab we'll just randomize mesh. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll just make this replicated, which means we can't do that either. It's okay, because I think we can just replicate the other. that's the case, we may as well just not even put this in a function. We should just do it right there and then promote this to a replicated variable. And then if we have a replicated variable, then we can just use that to load from. Okay, whatever, let's do it. Well, what is this? A game called Swords of Magic and stuff? Hold on, let me catch up. No one knows you, bro. No one knows me. Think blueprints alone can be used to make a game that is more graphically intense? Yes. Yeah, because blueprints aren't really gonna be the problem there. That's gonna be a graphics card issue, right? That's gonna be GPU bound. So as long as you're being like, as long as you're keeping performance in check or like in mind as you're building that, and you're doing things like culling and I would say watching your poly count, but you can use nanite. But if you're being careful with like your lighting and stuff too, like you'll be fine. It won't, that none of that will be CPU bound. So CPU bound stuff is going to be blueprints, right? Blueprints are going to impact your CPU way more than your GPU. So as long as you, if you use like best practices and things like that on your CPU, then you're on like in your blueprints, then you should be fine. It's going to be things like hard references, dependencies, iterations, stuff like that. Like that's what's going to be like problematic for you. But yeah, I don't think blueprints are going to affect like blueprints have nothing to do with like what the look of the game looks like. That's all going to be like handled on its own. So if you have like billions of polygons on screen and like your models are poorly optimized and you're not like pulling anything or using level streaming or world partition or whatever it's called, then you're gonna struggle there regardless if you're using blueprints or C++. So yeah, you can definitely use C++ or use blueprints for complicated games. I would the time you want to switch from blueprints to C++ is if you're trying to make like an MMO, or if you're trying to make like a AAA like shooter, like competitive shooter or something, or any sort of like competitive game. You want like all the performance you can get out of that, so there's like no lag and no ping, especially with networking stuff. If you're making like a more casual game or just like a single player thing, I wouldn't worry about it. I just use blueprints. I will never make a game that requires C++ like to be like playable, just because that's not my cup of tea, I guess. Definitely not P1. Sorry, let me show you what I'm making. Sorry. Before I lose that, I'm just post it. This is a game called Swords of Magic and stuff. It's a casual cooperative open world RPG. There's a lot of stuff not loaded in right now because I'm in like a test level. But it's online multiplayer. Sorry, I have a cold. The cold is pretty much past. I'm just like have like a lingering cough now, and it's really annoying. But yeah, this is a game called Swords of Magic and stuff. It's out on Steam right now in early access. There's like 50+ hours of content in it, and we're working on a new zone. We just had a new update recently called the treasure hunting update, which gave you the ability to dig up treasure and then like join a treasure hunters guild and get like secret treasure maps and stuff from them, which is cool. But this is a zone called Delver's Pass that we're working on next. There's gonna be a big mage's tower up here on top of this cliff here. At least as of right now, there will be. We might change that. This is a little camp here called the Rivari settlement. They're like giants. This is like a regular sized guy versus a Rivari right here. They're like, yeah, they're like half giants. Anyway, yeah, and then we're working on this camp right now, and then you can go over here to this like forest fire area, and put out these fires, and then there's going to be a cave in here. You can go explore. There's going to be a bunch of stuff, actually, a lot more than I'm just showing off here. It looks like that's obviously not finished. But yeah, this area connects back to the main area, which is obviously not loaded right now. This is a big town here normally. This is the farmlands, and then there's a whole island over there called Azura, and then there's a whole like wooded area here called Windless Woods, which is loaded in, I think. Not all of it, but most of it's loaded in. With a bunch of like ruins up here. Oh, not all this is loaded in. Anyway, it's a really big game. New zone. What's the theme or the zone, etc. There really isn't like a theme for it, I guess. It's meant to be like a it's a pass, right? Like you're not really meant to like spend too much time here. It's kind of like you use this to get to the other zones. I'm still not entirely sure how you're gonna get through the pass yet. It's either gonna be right here. There's gonna be a spot that opens up that goes out to a cliffside walkway that goes across all of this area, which is obviously like all this placeholder just thrown in here. This is Mistaken Isles, which is gonna be like covered in like this poisonous mist, and if you fly down into it or fall into it, you'll die. But it's not gonna be like rocks like this. It's gonna be like hexagonal like pillars sticking out of the ground that are like kind of like all meshed together or like stuck together, that you can go like explore and glide around on. There should be like climbable vines and stuff, and lots of places to glide from. Lots of like probably like wind whirler friendly spots. It's gonna be a pretty dangerous zone. It's not gonna have like a ton of story or combat in either. It's mostly just gonna be like resource gathering there. Like Blighttown from Dark Souls kind of vibe. I don't know what Blighttown is in Dark Souls. I've played a little bit of Dark Souls, but I mostly only played Dark Souls 3. So I don't know. Probably not. We don't really like, we have a spot over here. This is it's also not loaded in. This is our graveyard, which is clearly not here right now. And it is part of what's called Blackrook Vale, which is this zone here that's not finished either. And eventually we'll be able to go into here, into Blackrook Vale, and this zone is going to be probably whatever Blighttown is. I'm looking it up. The thing is, oh, I see. It's all underground. Then no. We don't have a zone like that at all. I assumed it was going to be like all like dead and like just, that's like everything in Dark Souls though, I guess. So yeah, no. Anyway. Windweaver Brooch gonna go hard in Mistaken Isles. Yep, for sure. Yeah, Windweaver Windweaver weightlessness potions, the mushrooms, I'm sure beanstalks will be useful. Wind whirlers, obviously. There's gonna be some Tinkerer launch pads eventually that are just like catapults, kind of. You'll like, I mean, it'll be like a springboard kind of thing, so you just like jump on it and it'll just launch you. Those will be pretty useful. There's also probably gonna be there's probably gonna be a glider. I have an idea for a glider that won't move you left and right. Actually, I don't know. This might be a problem. Maybe this doesn't actually happen. The idea was like a helicopter style like glider thing. It just like has a helicopter like blade on the top of it that spins, but it just like brings you up. That's all it does. And then you have to like, or maybe it like moves left and right like really slow. But instead of like gliding down, it just brings you up. So you can still use it to like catch yourself when like falling or whatever, because it'll just like slow your fall and then start carrying you back up. But it won't like get you very far. So it'd be really useful in that area because you'll be able to like, yeah, I don't know. You'll be able to just kind of like fly. It'll just be really slow. Like it wouldn't be, it's not like ideal for like travel. It's just ideal for like getting up hard to reach vertical locations. It's like a poison waste ruin city filled with poison swamp. Oh, yeah, that's more like Blackrook Vale. I don't. There's gonna be a lot of poison in it, but it's like an undead zone kind of. There's even. Sorry, hang on. Sorry, guys. It's just randomly just creeps up on me as I'm talking. It's really annoying. I don't get costs very often, so when I get one and it like lingers, it's like really tedious for me. Anyway, Blackrook Vale is gonna have a town in it that's like a ghost town, but it's gonna be a literal ghost town. And to talk to the people in it, you have to wear a mask, so you won't see anyone in it. It'll just be an empty, like abandoned town until you do a certain quest or whatever in the town, or find the map or the mask or whatever in the area, or it might be a lantern. I think it might end up being a lantern for that one. That was the original idea. And when you have the lantern equipped, then you can see the ghosts and you can talk to them and do quests for them and sleep in their inn, like buy things from them and stuff like that. So all that stuff will be hidden until then. What's up, Rotisserie? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Anyway, but yeah, we're coding a quick little thing that like will randomize these pots for us, so I don't have to like place them out manually. And then this, I guess, yeah, we'll just make this a replicated variable. Oh, I guess this goes here. Or I guess we don't. Do we even need to replicate this variable then? If we're calling it on the server, we should just be like set it up right here. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I guess we do want it replicated. We're gonna pull from it. Sorry guys, I'm getting over a cold and I've got a pretty rough cough right now. Anyway, so yeah, we want to async load these. I wonder, can we like async load them together and then just load the mesh off each one of them? Because then we just like set, not that, we do like this. I assume this is the collision mesh. This isn't right, is it? Is this right? That one. I think. It's interesting there's a return value on the static mesh, but not the destructible. Anyway, that should change it. Like that, just like that. But then, yeah, I guess we can just shuffle the mesh and then we'll just reset it. Oh. Respawning just it adds a new destructible mesh. And then we set it to it. I guess that's fine. So when we respawn it, we should shuffle it first. I don't actually know if these all get called. But we're gonna, whatever, we'll try it. Alright, let's put some out and see if it worked. Oh wait, hold on, we need something else. Something else, sorry. Possible meshes. Oh yeah, we need to do a color either. We'll do color in a second. I guess maybe let's just do these in order. So we're not like overcomplicating this.
Ben and I are leaving.
Where are you going?
We have a mission.
Okay. Enjoy your mission. Hey, buddy. You feel like you've been crying.
No. He's playing in the tub.
Oh. In the tub?
I was getting ready and he's turning it on and off.
Oh, playing with the tub.
Alright.
Alright, you guys have fun.
Tell me if you need anything.
Okay, I love you. Looks good, just bought the game. Gonna be interested to see performance. My framework 13 on Steam Deck. Cool. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. Are you still in contact with Tim Rustwick? Yeah, a little bit. My wife's actually pretty good friends with his wife now. They talk way more often than me and Tim talk. But yeah, I'm still in contact with him a little bit. Why do you ask? What's up, Flissa? I've been playing a lot of Swords and Magic stuff lately. I really enjoy the game. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it's on sale right now. If you guys don't know already, there's a link right there if you want to buy it. So yeah, I'm glad. It's nice to see a bunch of people playing it right now in the Discord server. It makes me happy. We need to get our random colors, possible materials. Random item, and we're going to set both the node and the chuck mesh to these for material 0. So one thing we're going to run into, I think, is that these are async loading, which means this is going to trigger, and then it'll do all this before this finishes. I don't think that's a problem. The stored materials might be a problem. And this right here is gonna be a problem. So we might have to shuffle the mesh and then continue the respawn after this. Once it's done. Which also means we probably don't want to shuffle this at begin play. Or, no, that won't work. We could use an initialize boolean that we turn on the first time. So like, we'll kind of like gate it, or I guess we'll just do this. We'll just do a do once. And we'll start it closed. No. And then that initializes it. Oh, that won't work here. So the first time around, we'll go through this gate, it won't do anything, and then every time after that, it'll go through to number 1, and it'll continue to do the continue respawn after that. Assuming this instance still like exists, but every time it loads in, we'll need to do the same thing, so it should be fine. No, wait, so I want that still here then. Okay, that should work. Should work. And now we just bring that pot in. We could do this on begin on a construct as well. It's not working. Probably because these are set and we're not setting them to, because we're setting the actual meshes here. I guess on this one we don't even want to do this. That might be why. Still not working. Why is that? Oh, maybe because we're not, well. I don't think that's going to matter, though. I'm guessing it's not working because... Let's just put a couple out, and then we'll hit play and see what happens. if it works on the gameplay. I watched you guys a lot around 5 years ago when I started making games as a student. Last year I graduated uni and I got a game dev job. Nice, congratulations on that. Going back here to see how Swords of Magic was doing after all this time. Really glad you're still going. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle. About a year and a half ago, we had to let the whole team go. It's just me now. We had 5, 6 people at one point. 5 or 6 people, depending on how you want to like categorize team members or whatever. And now it's pretty much just me. My wife's still helping out with like some dev stuff here and there, and then she does community management stuff. Sorry. It worked. That was probably really loud. Sorry about that, guys. Those worked. Obviously there's not a loot like thing for those, so that didn't work, but when they respawn, they should be different. They're not respawning, probably because they're not set up on a loot manager to respawn. But yeah, that worked. Let's test it in multiplayer. Make sure we're seeing the same ones. Anyway, but yeah, I'm pretty much solo now. I do all the coding and all the art myself now. I don't have anyone else helping. Green and red small plots, and they are randomized, so that's good. Uh-oh. Not working in multiplayer. It's gonna be loud. I mean, they're working, but it's not, obviously it's not working. It's probably because they're not set to replicated variable or replicated components. But if this is replicated and we're setting this randomly on the server, oh, you know what we should probably be doing? A sequence where we do this. And then this. Because then only the randomization part actually happens on the server, and then the rest of it will happen for both clients. Let's test that now. I bet that works. Nope, still not. I mean, it is randomizing now, but it's not getting the right randomization, which is weird. Wonder why. Oh, this is also probably not gonna work, because this also needs to be randomized up here and then set. But let's get the rest of it working first before we go crazy with that. Just leave that there for now. Actually, I'm not too concerned about them being... The only thing I'm worried about them being the same mesh, so if a player jumps on top of it and stands there, then they don't like clip around like crazy if it's not the same mesh on the server. That's the only thing I need to change. Glad you got through the other end of it. It takes a lot to readapt. Got it. I knew it. I don't know why I couldn't read that word. Yeah, so the game just didn't make as much money anymore. I don't know what we were thinking. Honestly, like looking back, it's obviously hindsight is 2020, but looking back, it was pretty obvious that like we couldn't afford hiring that many people. I guess our like train of thought was like, we're making good money right now and we have the money right now to hire people. So if we hire people and we get the game done 5 times faster, which that's not how it works, by the way. If you hire a second person, you don't work twice as fast. It might feel like that in the beginning, but it doesn't work out like that. It might be 50% faster, but it's not 100% faster. But yeah, our idea was like, if we have 5 people on the team, we can get the game done 5 times faster. And then we'll like, we won't, like our tail, like our sales tail will slowly drift off, but we won't like run out of money because the game's gonna get done so fast that we'll still be in the middle of the tail. The game will be finished. Everyone will have made money along the way. And then, you know, we'll have to cut them loose at that point because there's nothing else to work on, and the game will be finished. And then because it's finished, we'll get another spike in sales, and then like we can use that money to keep paying them whatever to make the next game if we want to do that, or do whatever we want to do and just use that much money for the next game. And like in theory, yeah, that works great. The problem is that our game scope is massive, like just so big. And the more people we had on board, the more ideas we had, and the more things we wanted to do, and like the more things we wanted to fix and adjust and change and tweak, and all that's good because it made a better game, much better game. But the problem is we just didn't have the time to do all that stuff, and we should have just focused on getting new content out and like going all in on getting those zones out. But you know, then we would have had people complaining, leaving negative reviews about our inventory is bad and our tutorial sucks, and there's not enough like content here, and the crafting isn't fun, and things like that. And those are all things that we like really dialed in on and like really tweaked and made them better with the team. And so we wouldn't have had all those things. So I don't know. I think a finished game is probably better than a polished game, and we definitely spent way more time polishing this game than finishing it. So now it's it's up to me to just like finish it, and I can't spend as much time polishing it, even though I have spent a lot of time polishing it still. But yeah, it's pretty much finished time. It's time to like get the game finished so we can actually eat and feed our families, or feed our family and things like that. So different ideas between members of the team can be difficulty too. Yeah, luckily we all pretty much had the same vision for the game. I think there are a lot of times where like Lewis was one of our programmers at one point, and he was like very into like Nintendo and like more like bubbly, cartoony, like out there stuff. So a lot of like the stuff he worked on is like it's a little too much, a little over the top, where I'm way more like kind of grounded, down to earth, immersion kind of system stuff. Like he made a bouncing mushroom, which totally fits with the world and is fine, but the mushroom just like squashes and makes this like crazy like boing noise and everything, and it was like very Nintendo, not quite Swords and Magic. And so we got rid of like the boing noise, you know, and we went back with like noise, which sounded like more like a mushroom bouncing, like it would sound like in real life. And it just fit more with the style. So really, like, it was just kind of like a difference in style, but as far as like mechanics and like ideas for like what would make the game more fun and better, I think we were all pretty much on the same page. There was definitely a lot of times where we had to like rein in different team members and stuff, like, all right, that's a cool idea, but we can't do that right now, so let's wait on that. And honestly, I probably took the most, I probably had to be reined in the most, because I'm always like, oh man, what if we made all these new languages and you could like learn, like talk to NPCs and stuff and learn little bits of their language and like level that up, and then eventually you could learn a whole new language. And that was a whole long thing I wanted to do. And it took like 3 of the team members being like, we don't need that. Let's not do that. Let's just skip that idea. It's nowhere else in the game. We don't want to go back through and add it to everywhere else in the game. Let's just skip the idea and move on to something else. And so we did eventually. So honestly, having a team sometimes can keep your scope down too, because other people can see like that's not really necessary. So yeah. Anyway, if this is replicated and the server changes it one time, then the client won't change it, and the client will go through and use it. So I wonder why it's not working. We could make this a rep notify and then put all this in the rep notify. What would I call it? Update mesh. That way this only gets called once the server has actually updated it. That might be the problem, is that like the client was actually calling it before the server was updating it. So we are going to get different colors probably because it's going to just randomize based on each one. Also, we probably don't need this anymore because now we can just shuffle it. Do we though? I think that's probably fine. Testing. Okay, I think that one worked. There are different colors, like we said, but let's fix that now. We'll just do that inside the rep notify. I guess we could do it before, it doesn't really matter. Having forwarded to determine makes sure that it's like it's not a fluke. We broke it. How did we break it? It worked. It worked the last time. All I did was add this in here. Right? I really don't think that makes any difference, so I don't know what else I did. It worked correctly for 2 of them. Not the other 2. Let's set them up on the loop manager and don't we set them on a loop manager? Silver's Pass. Maybe the loot manager handles it itself. Do we have Dollar Fast loot manager? Oh, you know what the problem is? Oh, first of all, it's a resource, not loot. Right? But I think it's because we don't have the Delver's Pass. We don't have a level for this. No, these are loot. This isn't resources. I'm wrong. These count as loot. I'm almost positive. But now I'm questioning myself because the loot manager. On construct. Get all actors of class with tag, but it's only looking for chest. Maybe these are not on a loot manager. Maybe it's just not working. I don't think they are in a manager. I think we're crazy. What's up, Phil? Welcome in. So crazy how random things just don't work sometimes. Yeah, it's weird. Like 2 of them worked and the other 2 didn't, huh? It probably has something to do with like, I don't know. Thanks for the follow. It probably has something to do with like network delay or something. I don't know. I don't know. Love those totem pool models. Thank you. What's up, Soupy? Soupy, I tried making an outfit last night because I didn't want to bother you. I was like, I'm gonna paint it in Photoshop because I've been. What the flip? I have to break the things, guys. The pots. It's gonna be loud. Here, I'll just turn this down. Anyway, painting an outfit is, I don't know why I was like, this will be so much easier to paint the outfits. Why are these not respawning? Like I'm back playing Ocarina of Time while it's pot breaking. That's where I got them from. What calls this? This, you know what? This does say resource. It's a resource. These are on resource managers. My bad. Okay, that should handle like just all those. I'm guessing that'll do it anyway. I'm gonna change this so these get shuffled no matter what, so that way we can test easier without having to break them each time. Hopefully. Oh wait, we're in the wrong level. Damn it. I missed one. Come on. Trying to move him over. Definitely not easier, enough from personal experience. Yeah, I was thinking a while back, I was like, man, it'd be so much easier just to paint this real quick in Photoshop than using Vector to do all this. And so I tried it last night and I was like, this is taking me a lot longer. Even though I'm like trying to keep it simple and like just like a handful of colors and like keep everything like sharp and clean, it was just taking forever. No, what are you talking about? Control Z. I don't know what it just did. I hate when that happens. It like everything like hangs and then it like assumes you've done something else that you didn't want to do. Thank you. I just wanted to move you to that level. It shows 4 things that took 2 seconds. Eyes don't deceive me, it's new content. It sure is new content. We're working on making some pots for the Rivari village. Okay, well obviously it's still not working. But they are shuffling now. And they're correct. Oh, 2 of them are correct. What? Why are they not working? And the colors are definitely not working. That one worked, except for 2 of them. What the? Except for 1 of them. That one worked. And that one missed one. Stupid cough. Really not concerned about the color, except that I know at one point some player is going to be like, hey, did you get this blue pot over here? And then their friend's going to be like, what blue pot? And then it's going to be like a 5-minute thing, them trying to figure out why they can't see the same color pots. When it's not that big of a deal to do. Okay, shuffle mesh. If you're the server, you want to set these from randoms and call this notify. All that does is call update mesh, which does get called O, which is being called on the server. Hmm. No, the rep notify should be called. Should be setting on all of them. This gets called on everybody, I think. Put a print here. We say async load, set the mesh. Async load, set the static mesh. Set the materials. Then we do the multi-gate. And then multi-gate should continue respawn. It should be working. Just cleaning up a little bit, putting this all in order. What's up, Ingest? Game TV is really frowned upon in the Unreal Slackers community, and I have no clue why. Really? I'm actually supposed to be working with Game Dev TV right now. Like I have a contract and everything to do a course, but I have been so swamped with Swords and Magic, and I just don't have time. And also part of me is just like not interested in doing it anymore, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be backing out of it. Which is kind of a shame, because like I know it makes decent money and I could use money right now, but like I can't bring myself to do it. Every time I have free time, I'm like, I should just be working on Swords and Magic or my game assets. They claim that they don't promote best practices. I'm a beginner developer, so I can't confirm or deny. Yeah, that's actually, there's definitely some issues with some of their tutorials. The thing is, I don't think that the head honchos there know a ton about the courses or like about those best practices, right? Because the people who are doing the courses, like they just don't have any way to like compare to like know like, oh, is this course good, right? Like this course that you want to develop, is this actually good? Is this like the best practice? But that said, when you're a beginner, you don't need to learn the best practices. You just need to learn not bad practices, right? Like learning terrible practices obviously is not good, but like as long as you can figure out how things work and you can learn, you know, how to get from point A to point B and like build something, that's really all that matters. And I think that's how Game Dev TV looks at it, which is I think a good thing. I think Game Dev TV is all about like getting on your feet and like learning to make something. So I don't know, but I do think there are some things on there where I haven't like watched through entire tutorials on Unreal yet. I have access to a bunch of classes on there, but I haven't looked through entire tutorials for Unreal or entire courses. But I would wager that some of them are not the best practices. So yeah, I have one Unreal course for it's a very short one on there, and it's for like level design, and it was mostly just kind of diving into UE5 and like using Nanite and using Lumen and things like that, and just kind of like learning how all that stuff works. And we use I did a little bit of like how I kind of like do level design in games, and a little bit of how I handle like finding that out and everything. But for the most part, it's just sort of like very shallow. It covers like a handful of things, and it's mostly just kind of like an intro to UE5's new like pipeline kind of. Of course, it was years ago. And I think it's pretty bad, and it actually has a lot of comments on it saying that it's like not a good course and everything. And part of that is just like the way that it was structured when I like was putting it together, because I wasn't working by myself, I was working with someone else, and it was like, I don't know, the workflow is kind of weird for me. So yeah, I don't know, even that like course, I wouldn't like recommend that course to anyone. And I made it, so I would say take it with a grain of salt. If you want to learn Unreal Engine and you just want to learn to make games, look at Game Dev TV, and if you can find the courses or if you find them affordable and you think it'd be useful, you will learn a ton. But when you're going through and learning it, kind of just understand that there might be better ways to do it, and you might want to like research more about like different tactics and practices on like how to do things. When I was learning UE, I got all the Game Dev TV courses for like $20 through Humble Bundle, and for that price it was well worth it. Yeah, exactly. Even if you learn terrible practices, $20 is hard to beat, right? And you're not going to learn like the worst practices ever. One thing I would suggest is, interesting, it's calling updated mesh there, but I guess it can't async load in the editor, so that explains it. Oh, well, we should take that out of the construction script then. That's actually a good point. That might have been the problem, the construction script. Oh. Was that the problem? Because it looks like it's right to me. It's right. Okay, let's try to put time back to dawn. Yes, we got it working. It was the construction script being stupid. Oh, colors are off. But just on one of them. I mean, if the colors are going to be off, you know, so far, 10% of the time, 15% of the time, 20% of the time, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we're close enough. Every once in a while I might get a different color. I don't really know why though. We're definitely in the right mesh. I agree, Matt. No. My only concern was if the colors are always randomized and they're never like match up. My only issue is players running into a situation where it's like, oh, did you get this red pot over here? And then someone coming over and being like, that's blue. And then like them just being confusion there. That's the only thing I was ever concerned about. I don't think it matters, but I just don't want players to like, this pot's red for me and it's blue for my friend, so I'm gonna, you know, report this bug. I don't want a bunch of bug reports about it. So that's my only like real concern with it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I am just really confused. I'm confused about why that's happening though. Because this is replicated. I don't know. That's weird. Oh my god, Unreal Engine. I don't know. I think I need to move this over to my new solid state drive, because I don't know why this happens like 3 or 4 times a day at least maybe 10 times a day, where I just like delete something or move something or add something or whatever. I do something that should not be a big deal, and it just sits here for like 30 seconds, a minute sometimes, and I'm just waiting for Unreal to crash, and then it doesn't crash, it just takes forever to load. Nanite tessellation looks insane, like snow that's actual polys and not just a material effect. Yeah. I don't know why you'd want to do that. That's insane. Like you wouldn't like I don't know. The thing about Nanite is like, oh, it looks like we did crash because I tried to delete a print node. Wonderful. Thank you for that. I don't know why you'd want to make every single snow particle a polygon. That just seems like a huge waste of resources. Injust, thanks so much for the follow. One of my projects is switching from 5.3 to 5.4 to utilize the auto rigging. Auto rigging in 5.4? Did 5.4 just come out? Never delete print notes. Yeah, take note of that. Write that down. I don't know why that happened. This is a very old project and it has a lot of weird quirks like that. I've made a bunch of like games in newer like versions of the engine, like in UE5 since this project I've been working on this, and I don't run into like any of those bugs. I don't run anything like that. Only preview for 5.4? Okay. It's on preview as of today. Does someone have a link to like the auto rigging thing? That sounds awesome. I've been using AccuRig for my assets, and it's honestly just kind of not great. Yeah, Unreal's going really fast. Kind of scary how fast it's moving. I'm waiting for the update where they're like, all right, we've added AI. Now you just type in what you want it to do and it'll do it for you. So far I have other COTS engines. I don't know what COTS stands for. It's Unreal. Commercial off the shelf. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like they've been like that for a while, especially when UE5 hit. Are we opening the engine? What are we doing? I thought we were opening the engine. I hit restart. I'm assuming it's opening and I'm just gonna wait. Otherwise I'll try to open it again and then it'll take twice as long. And I'll have to close one. But yeah, around like when UE5 hit, it was like obvious that it was like so much farther ahead from like than Unity. Really, like Unity is the only real competition they have, right? But I think this is the big difference. I think the big difference is that Epic makes games, so they have a development team, multiple development teams, who need features, right? And they are specifically reaching out and saying, we need this feature. And like, I feel like the people who make the engine are working very closely with the Epic teams, like the Fortnite team especially, to like develop new things that would make development easier. And because of that, they're able to quickly iterate and build new features and push them out in new updates like so fast, because their teams are already using these features, right? They're like immediately like getting these features, using them, battle testing them, and then millions of players are playing on Fortnite and giving feedback, right? Like they're getting feedback immediately. Unity doesn't really have that. Unity does like their like demo showcases every once in a while, and like because of that, I think that they're really far behind. I worked at Unity trying to get a new feature for things we were working on was like shouting into a void. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't like it's interesting. I feel like at Epic, and I don't know this, obviously I don't have a clue. I feel like it's a lot less restrictive there. Like I feel like when they want to try something new, I feel like they're given the permission to do that because it just feels like that. That said, I also feel like the majority of what they do, thank you so much for the follow, PG Racer, appreciate it. I feel like the majority of what they do is pretty polished. I feel like they, like with a lot of features with like Blender and Unity, I notice are like, they release a half-baked feature that doesn't quite work yet, and then it never like gets finished. It kind of just gets abandoned or left behind or whatever. Again, I don't really use Blender or Unity. This is just stuff I've seen from other developers and I've talked to friends about and stuff. So I take this with a grain of salt. I don't really know. I shouldn't really talk about things I don't know, but it just does feel like everything that comes out in Unreal Engine is like I don't really see anything that's like half baked. Maybe like the 2D stuff, but at one point it was fully baked. It just wasn't like, they just never really like went in on that, you know? They decided early on like, yeah, we're not really going to continue support for 2D, and that's totally fine. And like, you can still make 2D games. They're still there. It's just sort of like, it's sort of like working in Unity on your project. And like, you don't have all the tools you need. Like, I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. I guess with Unity, it's frustrating because a lot of the stuff you need to build a game, like a data table or a database, whatever, and just like a bunch of like stuff, like even like the networking stuff, like it almost always, even just a player controller, it feels like everything you need, if you want it to be like good out of the box, you have to go third party. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. Like, it's nice that they have so many third party options, and Unity's asset store is massive. I can't tell you how many times I go to the Unity asset store to look for like characters and stuff, because Unreal's is just still lacking, you know? Which is why like it's nice to get stuff up on the real Unreal store and you make money there, because people are just looking for more content. They're just hungry for it. So I leave for 2 seconds and he's on the Unity rant. Well, I'm waiting for Unreal to open again. Oh look, it opened because it crashed. So I am allowed to rant. We're just talking about how like fast Unreal is moving. That's all. Which one of these? This one? And that's what you get, Soupy. You know you can't leave. I hate looking through assets plugins to add features that should already be in the engine. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I understand there's a lot of like specific things in Unreal Engine that I might want for like a project, like Twitch support, right? Like that's something that like I don't think needs to be built into Unreal, right? That's definitely something that feels like it needs to be third party. That's totally fine to grab a plugin for like Twitch support, so you can have like Twitch integration in your game. Which is one of the things that I use a lot. A dialogue system, though, I do feel like Unreal should build a dialogue system that's built in, because it is frustrating like working with other dialogue systems. Then again, the one we use for Swords of Magic is really good, and I use that for every project pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There are definitely things that should be built into the engine that they haven't so far, because there's not a game out there that doesn't use some sort of dialogue, right? But there are definitely a lot of situations where I understand third party, especially in Unreal Engine. But again, one of the best things about Unreal Engine is, in my opinion, is just that it is like fully featured and fully packed, and the way they use plugins to just turn them on and off. Like the fact that there's like hundreds of plugins in there that like I don't use tells me that there's so much more to this engine that I'll never learn it all, right? Like I'll be learning the engine, and I can barely keep up on new features coming out, let alone going back and like learning how like a lot of the older stuff works. Like I think I have like an hour of like experience in like sequencer and that whole thing, right? But I have like, I don't know, I spent thousands of hours in like just blueprints. So like you said, there are plugins for Unreal that compromise for lack of dialogue. Yeah, for sure. What do you use for dialogue? Is it the narrative plugin? No, I actually use the dialogue plugin. I think it's just literally called dialogue plugin. Let's look really quick. It might have changed the name of it. I think it's just called dialogue. Yeah, just called dialogue plugin. Sorry. This has been my favorite one so far. Then again, I've only tried like 2, maybe 3. So this is my favorite one so far out of those 3. But there's other ones, like I know there's like some like quest design plugins and stuff that I'd like to play with and like learn. I just feel like a lot of those are very limited. They give you features, but those features are really limited as far as like what you can do with them, like out of the box anyway. Okay, let's open previous assets. Dialogue tree, which is new and has an active Discord community. Okay. Is it free? Not that I have any issue paying for plugins. I paid for a lot of plugins. I just like to try plugins first if it's possible, because it's just so much more convenient that way. Should we try it again? Let's just leave it there. Let's just let that print string live there. It's fine. Just bought a turn-based battle tactics one for $60, which was totally worth. Yeah, so I struggle buying blueprint packages on there. Like, I started looking through this base building one, like for like a structure building one where you can like a survivor base building kind of feature system. And I played their like demo, and honestly it was like all broken. And I don't know if I was just not understanding how to do it, but I couldn't get anything to work when I was like playing through it. Like, and it was like, it had kind of like tutorials. Broken again. What did we do differently? Does it just not work the first time? Oops. Because now it's fine. Okay, we need to get rid of that one thing in here then. Let's just do this every time. Yeah, it was super broken. And then someone else mentioned, like, recently they came in and they're like, oh my god, I bought this same thing, and they were talking about the exact same plugin, or not plugin, but like same system. Still didn't work. Maybe we should just force the... Seriously? What is happening? What am I missing? I'm obviously doing something wrong. I just don't know what it is. This was not worth the effort. Oh, look, I deleted a few. This was not worth the effort. And we're gonna have to use these. We're gonna use these pots all over Delver's Pass now, because I'm not gonna like waste this system. Anyway, they came in and they were talking about that same system, and they were talking about how amazing it was and how they loved it. And I wonder, I don't know if it's like this disconnect where people who don't use Blueprint all the time and are not like building, like they don't have a ton of experience in it, they might see a system like that and they're like, oh, this is so good, and not notice like the issues with it. Or it might just be like their demo was wrong or broken or outdated or something. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I hate using Blueprint systems like that a lot of the time, because a lot of the time they're just kind of janky and you never really know what you're going to get, because there's not really like a big review process for them, as far as I know. You don't know how the system works at all, so, but it looks nice. Yeah, so, and that's another thing too, is if you don't really know... Oh yeah, we're in an ad break, sorry. I'm struggling. I don't understand what's wrong with this thing. Remember that print string? We put it in there because we wanted to know what it was. We should just put one pot out and see if we can get that one. The server updating mesh. I didn't see it on client. never called on client. I don't know. Maybe this isn't a good plan, a good way to do this. I feel like if we replicate this, it'll work, but I really don't want to do that. Oh wait, this isn't even destructible. Destructible gets made when it is broken. This is not a good way to do this. We shouldn't be replicating these. It definitely didn't fix the color issue, but it did fix the meshes. It did actually replicate the meshes. Like, we shouldn't have to do this. We shouldn't have to replicate these, because the variable that sets them is replicated, and this should, like, I don't know why this isn't working. I have a theory. No, I don't think it'll work. I don't think it matters, because when we, well, maybe it will actually. I think the issue is that it's happening before the player joins the game. Nope, has nothing to do with it. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's not doing all of them, and I don't know why. This is like a huge waste of time. This is the stuff that like frustrates me. Like, this should be like a super simple thing. And thanks to multiplayer, like, it ends up being way more complicated. And I know how multiplayer works for the most part. For the most part, I guess. I don't get it. Okay. Let's try this. I mean, I don't want to do this though. I feel like this is a bad way to go about it. But I think what's happening is the rev notify isn't like calling that function when another player like loads in. I don't know, because that wouldn't matter anyway, because the player's already there when it gets reset. So I still don't know what's happening. Other like, and even now, like the color didn't work. There's only one place the color can be set, and it has to be replicated. But I don't understand why this is not working. Still no. How is it getting a different color? It should be called one time per set. And so it should never have an opportunity to get a second color. One time on the server, play, server, server, server. 4 times. Once for each pot. Each pot. Client. These get called on the client? Interesting. Those are working now in. We got all blue. That one popped like late. Why is it failing to load? And the color is still wrong. All right, it's lunchtime. Oh my god, we just got raided. What's up, I develop? Thanks so much for the raid. Perfect timing. I was just ready to rage quit and go get lunch. Timing. That's okay. I'll wait. I'll give it 5 more minutes. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, and my wife's calling me. Perfect timing. Hello? Yes. Nothing super important that I can remember. Sure. Yes. Oh no, I think it was 70. No. No, I'll do 80. 80 is fine. Nope. Okay, thanks. I think we had some though. Or no, yeah, that's fine. I'd rather have Gouda. No, not if, unless you're already past it. Okay. Okay. Love you too. Bye. Sorry guys, welcome in Raiders. Random phone call. My wife's at the store and she was asking what we needed from the store because she forgot her list. I could go send a picture of the list, but I'm live, so it's fine. I don't want to wait. Anyway, I'm the lead developer of this game called Swords of Magic and stuff. Actually, I'm the only developer now. It is a cozy, casual, cooperative, open world RPG. These floating text things are just annoying. They're just in the editor. It's a fantasy RPG. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's very combat focused, but mostly like discovery and adventure focused. This is a new area we're working on. I don't have a glider equipped apparently. Or clothes. But yeah, so this is it's a pretty casual RPG experience. It's sort of like playing Skyrim, but multiplayer. It can be played it can be played in single player as well as multiplayer though, which is nice. But yeah, this is a new zone, so there's really not a whole lot in it. Yeah, there's no monsters or anything in it yet. This will be a dungeon eventually, but right now it's just a wall. The world's pretty huge. It's out on Steam right now in early access. You can buy it and play it right now if you want. It looks like no, still yeah, bunch loaded stuff. A bunch of stuff is not loaded in because it's just my test level. So like that whole island over there is not loaded in. It's just empty terrain with holes cut in it. There's 3 major zones. I'm working on the 4th one right now. It's called Delver's Pass, which is this like fir tree zone. I'm working on this for. We're coming up on 4 years in early access. In September, we'll be in early access for 4 years. Oh, these guys did not change their forehead colors, which I thought we'd already checked and was working just fine. So I don't know. That's not working now. Excuse me. Anyway, but yeah, and I've been working on the game I worked on it for about 3 years before that. So we're coming up on 7 years. I think we're about 6 years into development actually. And yeah, so I made the game in single player on my own. It was very much smaller, much less scope. And then slowly kept adding to it, and then eventually hired a programmer, and he was like, I think we can do multiplayer. And so I had like couch co-op working, and then he went through and like remade the whole game in multiplayer in like a week. And so we decided, okay, let's kickstart it and let's like put it out here. So we did a Kickstarter. We earned $80,000 in a Kickstarter. Did really well. It was like a quarter of what we actually needed to finish the game, though, if that. And then we launched the game in early access in September of 2020, and it's been out ever since and doing really well. It was played by Dangerously Funny and Wanderbots and a bunch of other ones too. Gronk. Avid is Odd streams it every once in a while. Yeah, we just had a big update recently called the Treasure Hunter update. So you can get shovels now. There's a dig spot here. There was a dig spot here. I don't know if it got removed or it's not loaded in. I swear there was one like right here somewhere. Over there. You can dig up treasure now. There's debug lines because we're in the editor testing, like the testing editor, but I don't know why that dropped 2 sets of artifacts, but okay. Watering can. There's thousands of items. It's kind of insane how many items there are. Like here's their journal. This is our collection system. So these are all the hats in the game right now. There's a whole bunch. And then these are all the outfits. You can't tell what they are obviously because they're just icons, but you know, there's a bunch of different outfits. These are all the different foods you can cook or buy. We just added fishing recently, so there's a handful of fish so far, but there will be another like 5 or so fish when the zone comes out. And then we have a bunch of masks. They're just kind of fun cosmetics. Some of these let you, like this one right here is a pretty special mask, which lets you like talk to like a living spirit somewhere in the game. And then the weapons. There's a lot of weapons. There's tons of stuff to collect, tons of areas to go explore. We just made these fires you can put out so you can save this forest from forest fires. Thanks for this thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. Game dev in a nutshell. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're planning on a new we do an update like at least every month or two. At least every other month. Like the latest, we do updates. Oh, there's a collision issue right here. Might be these trees. It might be that one tree, because that one tree doesn't have a material on it, and I don't know why. Fix that in a minute. Oh, caught myself on fire in accident. You can stop, drop, and roll. That doesn't always put the fire out, but usually does. But yeah, the glider is one thing that a lot of people love because it's very like forgiving and casual. Where a lot of gliders will like, if you just like jump and try to use a glider, it won't work. Sorry. But in our game, our glider is really forgiving, so you can like, even if you're falling and you glide, it like gives you like a boost upward a little bit, so you can actually reach areas you couldn't normally reach by just double jumping. And then you can glide for a long time. We also have really cool new we have items like the slow fall potion, which lets you fall a lot slower. And then when you glide, you can go a little more. And then you can even have trinkets, like this Windweaver brooch, which is a new item. And that lets you glide even more. So you can just like glide forever. Like you can go so far with this brooch, with this setup. Dark, I don't speak Russian? I assume? I don't know. You have to speak English if you want me to answer your questions or respond to your comments. Anyway, but yeah, there's lots of cool combinations. Skill trees are coming soon. We have a whole combat system, all these different classes. These are all unlocked for me, but when you play the game, these are all hidden until you unlock them. Same with these crafting skills. But eventually you'll be able to like click this, and then a skill tree will pop up, and you can put points into it based on your levels. You also can't just give yourself levels, obviously. It's just a dev thing. So many different mechanics. Yeah, it's so much more. It's so much more than you think it is, too. It's way bigger than you think it is. I don't think they're loaded in, but over here in town, they are loaded in. You can buy houses. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. So you can buy houses, and then I can build stuff on them. So I can go like, I think there's like a fishing lodge or something. It's Fisherman's Hovel. You like build that, and then you need planks, stone, and nails. Trying to find the right stone now is hard because there's a lot of magic stones in the game. And then you construct a house. And you can like put furniture and stuff in it. Like here's 99 nightstands. And you can turn off snapping and like put stuff exactly where you want it. Or you can just use snapping, which is easier. Confusing me somehow? You are Russian. Okay, cool. I guessed right. One message deleted by moderator. Well, thank you for that. And then we have beds. There's tons. There's so much furniture and stuff. Brave plot? Wait, is this a thing? Is this in the game right now? Is this a bed you can sleep in? No, it's not. I don't know. Oh, it probably picked up garden bed as the term. Put a pile of hay down. There's not quite room for this in here, but it'll let me kind of squish it in here anyway. And then you can sleep, and it restores your health, and then also stores your location, so when you log in again, you start there. We need a cool animation for sleeping and everything. We don't have one yet, so we just fade the screen. Looks like there's a tree in the way of our house. And this area is really small. But yeah, and then you can put chests down. We have a new chest we just put in the game. Here's a new treasure chest we just put in the game. Put it right here. Uh-oh, that wasn't a real chest. It's a mimic. And then you can... I'm spoiling things big time, but... So basically I can put as much stuff I want in here. So he has like 1,000 slots, which is like way more than anything else in the game. And then and then each day, actually I think, I don't know why I'm having caps on. I think it's at 9 p.m. Yeah, so he's like hungry now and he wants some gold. So he charges you 1 gold for every item in here. So I can feed him 12 coins and then I can access my inventory. Because I have 12 slots in here. So obviously you can stack things up and it counts as 1 slot instead. Anyway, there's other chests too. You can just put like regular chests in here and you don't have to feed them. And you can just put stuff in there, but this only has 20 slots. So obviously, like, there's a reason you want to use, like, a giant mimic chest instead. And there's also, like a building system. So, like, I can do, like, stone floor piece. And I can just, like, build... I don't know why the snapping is being weird. Why is it rotating on me? Uh-oh. There might be a bug. I don't know why that's rotating on me, like, automatically like that. I've never seen that. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. We just fixed a bug with that too, so I don't know why that's happening, but... That's very strange. He sounds sick. I am sick, yeah. I'm battling a cough. I was sick like 2 weeks ago, and then it was gone, and I was fine for like a week and a half or so. Probably just kind of like getting over it still, and then suddenly just randomly a cough showed up. So, I don't know. I'm gonna give it like, it's only been like 5 days or so since I've had this cough. It's getting better, so I'm gonna give it probably till the end of the weekend. And if it's not better by like Monday, I'll probably go see a doctor and make sure it's not like something else going on. Oh, the whole family got it already. It started with Abby. Abby got it, and then Jana got it. Quinn dodged it, and then it hit me last. And then Abby had a cough that I think is just now like cleared up finally. And then Jana had one for like a couple days, and mine's lingered for like 5 days now. I don't know what it was, but it's annoying. Anyway, we have a bunch of wall pieces too. The diagonal one. We have other ones. Here's our ramshackle. This one's not in the game yet, but there are other wall pieces. And this one also does really random like rotational things. I don't know why that's automatically rotating like that. That should not be doing that. I can kind of override it, but still. So I could like build my own house out of it if I wanted to. there's that. I guess you could put like storage under here if you wanted to. There's also fishing. So there's a ton of features in this game. There's fishing, there's farming, I can plant stuff, I can there's no fish in this test build. They're all turned off right now. But there are like little fishing spots. There's a mail system. So I can check my mail. There's just so much stuff to do in this game. These wells give you water now? No, they don't. Not yet. There's also just like shops everywhere, towns. There's at least 50 hours. It's still in early access, and we're not even halfway done with the content. Like, there's so much more to like add in. Like, as far as like big zones and stuff to go explore, they're only about halfway done, if that. We have another zone that's like halfway finished over here called Bone Reach, which is massive. That's this whole desert zone over here. It's about halfway finished. There's nothing loaded in right now, but the reason it's all like painted out like that is because there's stuff in all those locations where we like painted around it. I can load it in. We can look at it. Yeah, there's it's a massive world. This area here is Delver's Pass, which I'm working on now. This area is all finished. Up in here, there's a graveyard here with a boss fight. This area is finished. So it's just this section right here that's finished, and the rest of the world still needs to be filled out. This area is almost done-ish. It mostly just needs content, and then it'll be ready. The desert's gonna be pretty easy to do, I think, because it's not gonna have a ton of like stuff to go explore and do. It's gonna be pretty empty. There's like one town in the desert that we need to put in, and like we'll probably have a couple like dungeons and some other like key locations, but it'll be mostly empty, so that'll be pretty quick to make out, or just to finish out. Over here there's gonna be Alarin City, which is like a major city in the game, which will be like pretty huge, and I'm sure it's gonna take forever to make. And then surrounding that will be the Everwood, which will probably be like all of this area here, which is just gonna be like places for like player housing and stuff, and farms and everything. North is probably gonna be moved all down here, so it'll be like all shifted down, and we'll get rid of all this stuff up here. Oh, we have this whole area too, which is also finished. It's called Snow Peak, and it is a like winter event place you can go to. I don't know, there's so much stuff in this game. It's massive. Anyway, that's the game. If you're still here, I Develop Things, what were you working on? How was your stream? What were you working on? Surprises me that it runs so smooth too. I've been building a tower defense, which is pretty basic still for 5 to 6 months, and it runs like ass sometimes, or ass at times, even with pretty optimized code. Yeah. So obviously it depends on like what you're doing, but we've definitely had some major performance hiccups in the past, and we've recently done a bunch of updates to like clean those up. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Oh, not to mention, I always forget this, there's a whole like area down here which is not loaded in. This is like a whole area too, like in this corruption plane. And then there's one over here too, which is also not loaded in. We just have like the basic blocks loaded in, so NPCs don't fall through the ground and stuff when they spawn. But this is like a whole astral plane, another plane. We have like 2 different planes of existence that are just hidden under the ground there. There's so much content in this game. It's kind of stupid. Let's see, Bone Reach, there's gonna be a bunch of levels, I think. I think there's like an always loaded though. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of levels. I'm not gonna sit and load them all in. It would take a while. But yeah, that whole area is like pretty much all level designed out. It just needs content in it. It just needs NPCs, quests, content, resources, stuff like that, and then it's done. And that's pretty much where we're at with this one now too. So we're doing, I'm working on quests and content right now. We're just building out this little village for these guys. Yeah, and then this update will come out hopefully this spring. Hopefully in spring it'll come out. We'll see. I'm not making any promises. It might be summer. Anyway, it's lunchtime. It's 1 o'clock. This is a map of Westeros? No. Not quite. Anyway, let's go find someone to raid. Let's go pass on the love. Odd is streaming. Let's just go kick you guys over to Odd. Oh, Unreal is streaming. Looks like he just started. Perfect. Raid Odd. All right. We're gonna go hang out with Odd Oculus, who is working on a top-down, almost like a MOBA game, I guess. I think it's like a co-op MOBA game, if I remember correctly. In Unreal. Looks pretty awesome. I'm excited to see his progress. And let's get out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will be back on. I might be streaming again tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. And then we can go from there. We'll probably go back to our regular streaming schedule, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays next week. Hope maybe we'll start tomorrow. Who knows? But I will catch you guys next time. So thank you so much for hanging out, and see you later. Bye.